Hey guys, how you doing? Brian from the Franklin Southie. I'm going to show you today how to make potato gnocchi, a very traditional classic Italian dish. We're going to start with some salt roasted russet potatoes. I prefer the smaller ones as they contain less starch, and the less starch we work with today, the fluffier the gnocchi you're going to get. So I salt roasted them at 375 until they're tender, about 45 minutes. I'm going to take it, slice in half. I'm going to spoon it out into my ricer. It's always good to save the skins and use them and bake them off, fill them with cheddar cheese, a little bit of bacon, great little snack, into the ricer, and then I'm going to rice them. Okay, I've already pre-riced most of my potatoes. From this point, I'm going to take my dough, or my riced potatoes, I'm going to create a little well in the center. I'm going to put 2 yolks. This is the equivalent of 3 pounds of potatoes. I'm going to do a nice pinch of salt, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and then I have here about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of flour. So I'm going to sprinkle about 1 cup's worth over the top. I'm going to put a little bit on my board, and I'm just going to cut it in 3 ways. The whole trick to making gnocchi is to, the less you work them, the better off you are. You don't want to overwork the starch. Like I said, you want them to be nice, light, fluffy pillows. And basically, I'm just making a dough. I'm folding it back and rolling it forward, twisting it, bringing everything in. You can see it starting to come together. If it's too wet, you can always add a little more flour. And now we're getting a nice dough ball. So fold it. It's getting a little bit of wet, so I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour. Too much flour is going to make them tough as well. It's very tricky, but also very simple once you get the feel of it. So we have our dough ball. Clean our surface. And from this point, I'm going to take it, I'm going to slice a small piece, and I'm going to roll it out. Start at one end, roll down to the other. Gnocchis are a classic Italian dish. You find them at a rest stop just like you would a cheeseburger in America. You see a bunch of truck drivers eating gnocchis with sage brown butter and a little bit of fresh lemon, big bowl of it. It's nice, hearty. It's a great way to start your day and also end it. So we're basically just going to cut little pillows. From this point, you can roll them onto a fork if you'd like to get the grooves. I personally just like them like this, very simple and traditional. And I'm going to take them, I'm going to drop them into boiling salted water. From that point, afterwards, we'll take them out. We're going to shock them in a little bit of cold water. Let's do it. So now we have our boiling potato gnocchis. From this point, we're going to take them out. And you can either do one of 3 things. You can serve them right away. You can take them and put them into a ice water bath, which will shock them and stop the cooling process, or stop the cooking process. And you can reheat them anytime later in the afternoon or evening for supper. Or you can take them from the ice bath into the freezer, and from that point you can save them in your freezer for about a month. You can reuse them whenever you're ready. All right, enjoy potato gnocchi from my house to yours.